welcome to Unincorporated. This is a game meant to be very low prep, low commitment, no GM, no having to read anything ahead of time, and low stakes, mostly. It is about like people living in a small town and the weirdly intense petty drama that can come with that. Let me see here. So we have this spreadsheet, but I guess first, what kind? So the default setup is, or the default lack of setup, the default thing that takes no world building whatsoever, is that this is like a contemporary, real world type North American town. There's no reason it has to be that. If we want some kind of weird, surreal thing with magic, that's totally possible. If we wanted to set it in outer space, we could probably do that. So
any sounds cool. I definitely was just looking up all of the unincorporated towns near where I used to live. It was like, how big are these towns? But I am okay with any.
Okay.
I'm dragging Mia Smith out, so that can cover anything from just sitting in a bar and having drinks and talking to, well, laser
doing
kittens.
That in space.
Well, like laser kittens, hunting vampires, etc.
Okay. Cool. And is there any particular tone that people... So I have never played this and not had it be funny, but the funny can range from just pure slapstick to kind of not quite gallows humor, but definitely a little on the grim, ironic side. Or we can just see what happens.
I'm good with seeing what happens, but maybe not quite too gonzo.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do Godzo, so we'll see.
Not quite Stentor's mission accomplished with cats. So that's like a level of gonzo that I'd kind of like to stay a little bit beneath tonight.
Okay.
Just nothing against it. I want to play in that game and I've got a schedule conflict, but a little less gonzo than that, maybe.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good. Yeah, I don't think it's been that gonzo so far. So, although there is always the potential. Nobody's playing a cat, right?
Call Leandro and we'll fix that.
Cool. So, all you really need to get started is a character name. Pronouns would be good, and maybe a profession or not profession, what they do. They might not be paid for it, so it might not be a job. You don't really know much about them because that's part of the setup, is kind of finding out about the characters and the setting at the same time.
Onyx, right.
I saw the romance novelist as an option as an example, and I'm like, I want to be a romance novelist.
Okay, but
Excellent.
Is that your pen name or is that your actual name?
No one knows. It's part of the mystery.
Oh, do you wear a veil over your face when you go out?
Oh my God, that's such a good idea. Okay, so where's this axis where I can say how goth I am? Okay.
Pretty goth, it sounds like. So that's on the first tab.
Okay.
That little graph in the corner. Just put your character's initials in whatever box seems appropriate. And I have added little tooltip notes, so you can hover over and immediately see all of the all of the
Oh,
stats.
so
for each
good.
box.
This is so cool. I'll have to consider.
And then with token count, do we do anything with that now or do we just wait?
You'll have one token to start out with.
Okay.
Let's see. Sammy Fletcher is, I think, kind of a jock.
And then do we ask the people, places, things questions as part of character gen and world building, or do we just answer that ourselves?
It's part of character gen and world building.
Okay.
Is Sammy more of a gothy jock or a preppy jock? I don't know.
Is there such a thing as a gothy jock? Is that even possible?
I'm about to find out because I think that's maybe.
I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, is this, what's his name? Nick Scratch from Sabrina? Like, is he a gothy jock? I don't know if anyone's seen that, but
That's the new one on Netflix.
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
All right.
I've heard about it, and I've heard it's a lot darker than the original.
I never saw or read the original comics, but it's enjoyable in a like over the top aesthetic weird way.
Well, weren't the comics actually Archie comics?
Yeah, it's in the same universe as Riverdale.
Oh, okay.
And then there was that Melissa Joan Hart series.
Oh yeah, all right. I forgot about that. Yes.
And that one was
It is
kind of just
way
like
darker
Yeah.
than that, and Salem does not get as much of an amazing part in the new one, which I'm sort of sad about. But
also the graph, the thing to keep in mind with it is that it reflects your reputation, not your reality. This is what people expect from you, and they are a little bit wrong. At least they could be extremely wrong. So it doesn't have to define your character at all. This is just what people think about them. It could have been true 10 years ago, but not anymore. It might have never been true. It might still be mostly true. Oh, here we go. This woman is a jock goth.
Oh dear God. Wow. Maria, that certainly looks like a romance novelist there.
yeah, and I think I picked her stats to be not goth. Like, I think it's an act she's putting on. So I'm not sure.
She's a poser.
Oh yeah, she totally is. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, actually, Bethany, I think yeah, okay.
Oh my god,
I buy it.
I love it.
I didn't actually search for jock goth. I just kind of went through Pinterest and like clicked on things that interested me. And
a bicycle?
Yeah, I think so.
So good.
Okay, so we have our characters, and next step is these questions right there in the middle of the page. On the first tab, the people, places, and things. And the way you do this is building basically your character's history and the world and NPCs all at the same time. Each person picks a question from the people column, answers it with the name of an NPC, and then we just fill it in the people column below that. And then we do the same thing for places, and then we do the same thing for things.
Does another person answer? So we ask the question and then answer it for ourselves, or does somebody else?
Yeah, you can answer it for yourself.
Okay.
You can pick one of the ones that are down there. Those are mostly just to fill in if you only have 3 people. Or you can replace one. However you want to do that.
How many questions do we ask? Just one, or?
Yeah, one from each column. So, and just whoever sees a people one that jumps out at them can grab it and answer it.
The one that's kind of jumping out at me for people, but I want to ask people if they're okay with it beforehand, is the who's marrying the person you're secretly in love with.
That's fine.
Sounds good to me.
Right, and then we're creating an NPC for this. We're not using PCs.
Yeah, creating an NPC.
Okay. Darn it, that to be fun. I thought it'd be fun if one of you was marrying the person I was secretly in love with.
You never know how things will turn out. I think I owe somebody a debt I can't pay. Who is that person? Oh, that person is Trevor. And I'll give him a job. He is... oh, he owns a gas station.
I think I once painted Tamara's name on a bridge.
Okay.
And she was like the prom queen, or no, like, not prom queen, like a pageant queen.
Okay.
For like the longest time, like she had a dynasty going on.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Contestant, I think that's the word I'm looking for. I think that's how you spell it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Cool. You painted your name on a bridge. Was this in a flattering way, or was this like...
I think it was, I had too much to drink, and it was like someone's bachelorette party, and I just probably had a crush on her in high school. So spray paint and a bridge.
Cool. Right. Yes. You can't cross a bridge with spray paint without painting somebody's name on it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Who can do that?
It was glitter spray paint too.
Was it also UV reactive, so it glows in the dark? Or like it glows under black light or something?
I don't know if I can get that in a small town. I don't know if I can get glitter spray paint. Maybe there's like an Ace nearby.
Sure.
Who's to say that you bought it in the small town? Maybe you got it from the nearest big town.
Yeah, sure. It was UV reactive glitter, and for some reason, they were the party favors at the bachelorette party.
Bethany, did you say we could ask our own questions as well if we wanted to?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because for things, I'm kind of thinking that Mia's just like pining for somebody secretly, and I'm thinking for a thing, maybe she has like this really ornately filigreed engagement ring that she carries around like in her pocket all the time.
Oh,
just
nice.
Thinking there might be a moment.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh.
The only problem is I don't know who she's in love with.
Who knows? Let's see. Okay. So let's see, places. What have we got for places so far?
I love that there's a solar farm.
Nobody's used that one yet.
There's like a solar farm on the back road between Barstow and Las Vegas. And every time I drive by it, it's just like the coolest thing. Because it makes like a little glowy ball from all the reflections, like upwards. It's cool.
Oh, the ones here, every time I drive past them, from a distance, it looks like a lake.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all sort of reflecting and the blue sky, and it just looks like water. I'm like, is there? I don't remember a lake. No, okay. I guess there's, and then you come up, and yeah. No, not a lake.
Yep. I wonder how many like fried birds there are around those things.
Oh, you have the parabolic ones?
I think it's just like a whole bunch of reflective. I think there's like a tower in the middle, and then there's like a whole bunch of reflective things.
Oh, okay.
But it's like the middle of the desert, so it's always like beating down. But it always seems like it'd be really hot. And I bet there are birds that are like crows at the like rest areas. So I wonder how many times like a crow flies somewhere. And
I imagine they can feel it getting hot before they get to
Probably.
the fried part.
probably.
The ones here are the flat, like,
Mhm.
photovoltaic panels like you put on a roof.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why I was like, wait, why would they?
No, these are
the
like
reflective ones. Those are different.
the reflecty, shiny ones.
Excellent.
Where did they find the body? Well.
We skipped lines, veils, and wishes because I was gonna say that may or may not. The
Yeah,
last game
it's
we
true.
played, murder was a line. We're like, no
Okay.
murder. But there's no reason it can never have murder. Usually it does not rise. I don't think I've ever played it where there was murder.
I mean,
There were some
in
fist
fairness,
fights.
considering how many times the three of us have played together, I can totally understand why you forgot lines and veils.
Yeah, like I know both of you. Although there is the third category, wishes, which is like things you want to see.
Mm. Oh, I know a place. Okay. Where do I go to get away from my family? The weird, creepy antique shop.
Nice.
Wait, is it a shop or one of those like antique malls, like in a abandoned mall?
Those
or
are also
farm or
really,
something?
really creepy.
They are worse because there's the people in them.
I'm gonna say shop though. No, I want the antique mall. It's gonna be called Timeless Treasures. Because I think that's actually what it's.
It sure sounds like it.
And nothing in it is timeless or a treasure.
Yeah, it's all really dusty, creepy porcelain dolls. And but bad ones.
I met my worst enemy and my best friend.
Are they the same person?
It's entirely possible.
Just so you know, Maria, the way you've described that mall, I'm probably going to burn it down before the end of the session. Just so you know.
You're taking away my refuge. I need somewhere to go so I can get my paranormal romance ideas.
Look, nobody needs to have romance with a broken porcelain doll. That's not a romance plot. That's a horror movie.
You know, some people like being scared. I'm sure
those people need Jesus counseling or both.
Oh no.
No, we already have a coffee house, so I won't add the biscuit shack.
Competing baristas.
I mean,
that could be a thing.
Point. You have a point. I mean, the way that it's set up is that we have that coffee shop. I set it up so that's the only coffee shop in town, which is why I have to go there hating this dude because he's marrying the woman I love, because it's the only place in town to get espresso.
Yeah.
But I can change that. I have no problem changing that.
Maybe it's the only place that you can get espresso, but the other one is a tea shop. I don't know.
I was going to put the biscuit shack, but they only have like the coffee that's been sitting in the carafe all day.
The good stuff.
Oh my God, that'd be so good to have like this tiny little tea shop that serves high tea with like cucumber sandwiches and finger foods and little torts and pastries and stuff. But all they serve is tea.
No
this is
coffee.
Such the strangest little town.
Okay, I met my best friend and my worst enemy there. They may have been the same person. What's a good name for a tea shop?
The Singing Kettle.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Do they have a tiny stage where every once in a while they try to be
somebody
cool?
Gets up there with a guitar once in a while.
Yeah.
And embarrasses themselves after 15 seconds and then leaves and never
Tamara does. This is Tamara's her using her talent from her pageant days.
My cat is staring at me disapprovingly. I'm being judged.
It's because you don't have any scones.
Okay, let's
a thing.
A thing, yep.
Is this privately or publicly known that I have this thing, or
In or out of character?
In character. Like
In character, it
does
may or may not.
yeah, okay.
Nobody knows unless you've shown them or told them.
Okay.
And we each select a A and B problem?
Either A or B.
Okay. So we each pick one.
Yeah. So when you pick problems, if you pick an A problem, those are problems that like they're gonna take a lot of time and effort to resolve.
Okay.
So you pick them or you pick one and you like put a PC in one of the people slots.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick a B problem, you don't have to do that. Although you can, if someone seems to fit in one of those. The other thing is like, if you get to a point where either you've solved the problem or there's just nothing more you can do with it, you can just pick another one or make one up and, replace it. And you get a token for each time you pick a new problem. I think, let's see.
I think my A plot is obvious.
Yeah.
All right.
What does your friend have that you believe should be yours? What did you read? I think my weirdest relative gave me. No, I think something my ex refuses to take back. I'm just going to look at the examples here. I mean, the tame black bear would be pretty funny, but
An ultralight plane.
Yeah, what does my ex not want to take back? Their ultralight plane, their creepy yard statue, their broken stock car.
A semi-trailer full of snacks. Oh, I didn't even look at these. These are good. The ruby ring. Missing one stone.
So another question for you. Whose NPC is Tamara?
Mine. Ours, everyone's, but I invented her.
Because I was going to ask, do you have an issue if she's engaged to the dude that I don't like and my character is secretly in love with her?
Oh, I have no issues. That sounds like fun.
Because you've got the goth nerd involved, like in love with the pageant contestant.
Yes. Are you the goth nerd or am I the goth nerd? I'm not gothy.
No,
really.
You're like goth prep.
I'm like fake goth.
Yeah.
Prep. I'm all nerd.
I am true blue. Well, actually, more like true black or pitch black. Dyed black goth. Bauhaus style.
You're all the way in the corner.
I am all the way in the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
The more you overlap, like NPCs, the better. At least to a certain extent. It gives you immediate things to do. It puts you in the same scenes a lot, things like that.
Does Tamara have a last name?
Nope. Quince.
And then, unless anybody has a better idea, they're getting married at the Singing Kettle.
Oh, yes.
Oh, which one of them is either my best friend or my worst enemy?
Is it the dude?
I mean, maybe it's one of each.
I mean, the concept I have of Jason is that he's just kind of an inept bumbling doofus. But if you want to make him your worst enemy, that's okay. Or your best friend. I mean, it'd be really interesting if he was your best friend and I'm trying to screw up his wedding because I'm in love with his fiance.
This is true. He might be both. Although if he's just an inept bungling dude, it doesn't seem like the sort of person who would inspire both love and hatred from the same person. So maybe he's just my friend, Jason Carter. Oh wait, restaurant up here. Oh right, I still need a thing.
Are person 1 and person 2, are they NPCs or PCs, or does it matter?
If it's an A problem, then one of them is a PC and one of them is an NPC. Okay. And like they can kind of decide which is which. If it's a B problem, it's completely up to you.
Okay.
I think my wait. Oh, let's see. What was I just looking at that? My weirdest relative gave me a motorcycle with a dog sidecar. Just gonna keep that one.
I like that.
I didn't even have a dog.
Well, they were probably just encouraging you to get one. Maybe they were saying you needed a friend.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that was the point of that. I mean, I think they stole it, so. Well, I thought they stole it, but then nobody seemed to notice. Like, I never saw any ads for missing motorcycle with dog sidecar, so.
That's not the kind of thing you don't notice if it's missing.
Right, yeah.
Did you ever get a dog? Do you still have the motorcycle?
I do still have a motorcycle. It still has the dog sidecar. I don't know if I ever got a dog.
I don't know if this is going too far into Gonzo territory, but what if you have another animal that you put in the sidecar that is not a dog? Like maybe something random, like a cockatiel or something, with like a little motorcycle helmet.
That would be fun.
God, I'm a ridiculous human being.
No, I'm trying to think of like more and more ridiculous animals.
I was thinking a penguin, but
oh, that's good. Like a rock hopper penguin, the one with the tusks coming off.
Penguin, yes, okay. I have a penguin that rides in a dog sidecar and a motorcycle.
Oh, I hope it's a refrigerated dog sidecar for the penguin's sake, or we're in a cold place.
Maybe we're in a cold place. I don't know.
I mean, you know, based on the picture, your character looks pretty handy with tools. Maybe you actually like built air conditioning into it.
Yeah, like one of those what's the like a mister, you know, and fan in the front of it. Or it doesn't even need to be a fan, because like if you're moving.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think my problem is going to be that me and my childhood friend Lorraine were very into witchcraft, but now they're a fortune teller, so they've learned real magic. I want to join them at a place and bring something that belongs to me. I want your ring.
Oh no! Oh no!
If that's okay.
That's perfect.
But I feel like that ring is just powerful.
Of course it's powerful. It's vested with unrequited love. Or not vested with, but imbued with. It's imbued with longing and passion and sorrow and misery and suffering.
Well, this is how I win Tamara back.
Actually, it occurs to me as I'm describing this that I'm giving you more reasons to steal the ring, not fewer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I did something terrible to someone, and I've never apologized. I successfully avoided them for years, which is a real challenge here. But now they're my new boss. So who is this person? Do I want to take a character who already
We're gonna do a ritual at the solar farm.
A ritual at the solar farm.
Yeah. Nice. I did something terrible to Lorraine once because it's definitely okay to piss off someone who knows magic. And I keep running into her at
The mall, the antiques mall.
that has possibilities. What else we have?
Oh, maybe she does her fortune telling there. Like she has like one of those booths.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So does everybody have a person, place, thing, and problem? They can definitely overlap. They should overlap. That's better if they do. Cool.
Yep.
Lorraine can do magic. I did something terrible to her once. That's going to work out fine. Also, she's my new boss.
Oh no, what is this ritual?
Okay. So let's see here. So then we actually can just sort of jump into playing scenes. But I would like to take a break first because my cat is yelling at me to feed her. And it's 6, so it seems like a good time.
Awesome.
So see you in 5 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Hope it's cool if Lorraine now owns the antiques mall.
That's exciting. It's all just, I don't know, crystal balls everywhere.
My new boss. Because I've been fixing things at the antiques mall. People just bring in like total trash, and like I make it into things that people might actually buy. And I've been avoiding her because I know what days she works. And I know what time she works. And I deliberately work at different days and times than her, except she just bought it. So now she's there all the time.
All the time. Do you make those like sculptures that are like made out of like old forks that they sell at, like, I think I've seen some at like art fairs here. It's just like a sculpture made of entirely old silverware, which is really cool.
I think I mostly like actually fix things up. Although there's definitely someone else who works there who like has a welder and puts it to strange uses. Okay, so let's see who has a problem that lends itself to an immediate thing to jump into.
I would like to add a judgmental flame point cat to this.
Okay.
Because, I mean, not that this intersects with real life in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, because my cat is certainly not laying on a blanket next to me, staring holes in me. Like, what kind of ridiculous are you engaged in now, human?
Yep.
It's certainly not something that's going on right now.
Nah. What do you do with this Onyx too? Oh. So Onyx, you escaped from your family by going to the antiques mall.
Yeah.
The antiques mall. Lorraine now owns the antiques mall.
Yes.
Seems like a good place to start.
Yes. So it's the antiques mall, like a whole bunch of different, it's like a long hallway with like all the different
That makes sense.
shops, or
Yeah, I'm almost picturing like an open air flea market, but like a converted warehouse.
Yeah, like
or something would work
an
better.
Kmart.
Yes, there we go. There it is. Kmart, now antiques mall.
Right. Okay. But like with bad lighting, because it's the only place you can't creepy porcelain dolls.
Yes. So you're specifically looking for creepy porcelain dolls?
No, well, I think I'm thinking that Onyx's new idea is something about like a paranormal mystery romance with like, you know, a murder in a bedroom, and her protagonist like needs porcelain doll research or something. Like she wants to get into the feel of like coming up with the creepy atmosphere. And she knows Lorraine has a lot of them.
There is definitely the shelf of haunted dolls and the shelf of not non-haunted, as far as we know, dolls. Who knows if the haunted ones are actually, but like, and I don't think it says haunted on the shelf, but
like the light above it is always flickering.
Yeah.
So, one question. So that is that for the tourists? Does she have like a room where she takes people who want the actually verifiably haunted porcelain dolls? Like there's a couple of them that just sitting back there where she's like, okay, you want this, you've asked for it though. Don't blame me if it never goes away.
I can't imagine there being a lot of demand, like from people just passing through. Although maybe she sells them on eBay or something. Once in a while, maybe someone. But I mean, how many can there be? So supply and demand might balance out here.
Maybe this is one of those destinations, like in the weird parts of the internet. She's known as the person to go to.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, and yeah.
She's the fortune teller who also sells haunted dolls.
It's how she can tell that they're actually haunted, baby.
So you get weird collectors showing up in limousines driven by people wearing dark sunglasses with like earpieces.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. So you're looking for the real haunted dolls in the back room, or the ones under the flickering light, or standard creepy porcelain doll?
I think it's Onyx, and I think she's gonna go for like the flickering light ones just because it's more atmospheric. Are you currently working in the creepy doll area of the shop, of the mall, or?
I don't know that Lorraine wants anyone else touching those.
Okay.
I think it might partly be for show that like, oh, nobody can touch those, they're too dangerous. And it might be because she doesn't want anyone dropping them. But I'm maybe working like across the hallway, fixing something else. What am I fixing? What kind of stuff is it? It's an old, what are those desks called with the like slidey top thing?
The roll top.
Yeah, there you go. It's stuck and I'm like taking the top off and trying to put it back together, pretending not to be watching this.
I think I'm like, I grab one of the dolls off the shelf and kind of like, I don't really have much to do today. So I wander over to where you are. And I'm just like, you ever gonna fix that light, Sammy?
I've replaced that thing, the bulbs already. It's got to be the ballast or something. I keep telling Lorraine, and it's Lorraine's predecessor. What's your name here? Big Eddie. Big Eddie is Lorraine's predecessor. And Eddie, and like nobody wants to pay to fix him for real. So replace the bulb. It's fine for a week, and then it starts flickering again. I think she likes it. I think it gives the dolls like a extra creepy look.
Yeah. And I think Onyx like holds the doll up by like its neck. And it's probably, I'm like imagining a Raggedy Ann, but like porcelainified. And she's like, yeah, this one doesn't look so good under normal lighting. Do you think it's really haunted?
I mean, I wouldn't swear it's not. I've never seen it do anything. Like, I don't know. It's I've never seen it glow. I've never heard it talk. I've never seen it move. But I'm not an expert in haunted dolls.
Does anything weird ever happen to you around here?
Define weird. I'm like pointing at some people coming down the hallway who are definitely weird.
I mean, like Halloween weird. Like something turns on when it shouldn't turn on. A door creaks.
Place,
the desk falls over.
Terrible. The sprinklers did come on for no reason the other day. At least didn't seem to be any smoke.
And how did that make you feel? And Onyx is like, got it. She's like taking notes.
And really irritated.
Not like, stirrings of some outer, something like entering into this world. Did you feel, was the cold like a chill in your bones? Like,
it was cold water coming from the ceiling. I mean, it was just, I was just mad that this building is constantly, something is always broken here. Chill. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's haunted. Maybe that's its problem. What kind of ghost haunts a Kmart?
It's not a Kmart anymore. It's timeless treasures ever since Laureen. Like,
right.
Maybe she...
Aren't ghosts supposed to stay in one place?
Can't they... I like start thinking, because I've done some research. No, I think they can get tied to things like dolls, desks, that other weird stuff Lorraine has.
We do have a lot of stuff from estate sales that could be. I mean, I don't research all their history. Like my restoration is mostly just making things, just gluing stuff together and making things work. I'm not restoring it to its original historical condition, so I don't do a lot of research into where it came from. But I've heard things came from houses where they'd been for a long time and where somebody might or might not have been murdered. I don't know.
Huh? You are any of those houses around here?
There's one. It's down other side of the dam. It's kind of fallen apart. I wouldn't go in there. Well, let's just say I'm not telling you to go in there.
Is that the one over by Trevor's gas station?
Yeah, like peeling kind of greenish paint and covered with vines, and I think there's a tree kind of leaning against it. It may or may not, I haven't been in there.
Huh. Maybe I need to go talk to Trevor about that at some point.
I mean, I don't think Trevor owns it.
But maybe he's like seen stuff in the windows,
Maybe.
Flickering lights.
Maybe. Yeah, see, I don't get this thing about ghosts and flickering lights. What is with, like, why would ghosts want flickering lights? But people always talk about them when they talk about ghosts, so...
It's like flickering candles, but for the modern age.
Really old ghosts. Yeah, okay.
Maybe like back in the day, chandeliers would flicker, and now ghosts just do the same thing, like to electric lights.
Maybe
I kind of thought about that.
feel at home.
Maybe they just want us to notice them.
Maybe. Well, you'd think they'd do it in a better, clearer way. I mean, if they were people, if they were alive, at some point, they have to know that flickering lights aren't going to mean much of anything to just a person walking by.
Listen, Sammy, maybe it's part of the mystery. Like, maybe they want to keep that sort of romantic feel about them.
Maybe. Who could say what ghosts want? Apparently they can't, because they would.
Yeah. Look, if anything weird ever happens to you, you have my phone number, right? Or maybe Lorraine has my phone number.
You know what? I've never been in that old house, and I kind of always wanted to go in there when I was a kid, like before the tree fell on it, but I could never find a way in. But I'll bet now, with the tree falling on it, it's got to have broken some windows or something, right?
Oh yeah, probably. You said it had like.
You want a haunted atmosphere?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I gotta look up when the next full moon is, but I think that would be a great idea. It was just the perfect thing I need for this next story.
Yeah. Well, I'll do some research on YouTube for. There's all those ghost hunting things, right?
Yeah.
And they have those little machines. I'll figure out how. Look at all the stuff around here. People bring in trash that like nobody's gonna buy as an antique, old computers, but ghost hunting machines.
Oh my gosh, this is excellent. Sammy, you're a genius.
I know. This is great. I'm like kind of looking immediately, just running off to look through all of the trash.
And I think I just like look at the doll in my hand, and I'm just gonna like put it in my purse and walk out. I'm Lorraine's friend, right? She won't like. Or do I have to do something to see if I can do that?
Yeah, I think that's a roll.
Yeah, I forgot that there were dice.
Yeah. So there are dice in this. It's basically PBTA, unless you're. Well, it's either way. It's basically PBTA, but there's like kind of variants of it if you're acting against another PC, but you're not, because Sammy's not going to stop you. So to keep Lorraine from seeing, you would roll this.
Is this a jock thing to do?
Normally I think like sneaking something out real quickly, like sleight of hand, would be maybe a jock thing, but you're stealing a creepy doll. So is
this a goth thing to do?
It might be a goth thing. I don't know. But you're stealing it to do research, so I don't know. This could be any of them.
I'm gonna say it's probably a goth thing to do.
Okay. Oh wait. I guess there is a link down here in the use of links. Notably amused quail.
Yep. Oh no. 2 dice?
Yep.
All right. What is my label? Who am I? It's a 5. Mine.
So here's
wait, what's my? And it's -1, so it's actually a 4. So like.
Okay. So like that is a failure, but you have a token, and one of the things you can do with tokens is that you can spend one to bring it up 1 tier. So if you would turn a failure into a partial success, or a partial success into a full success. Or you can just fail. That's also fine. Because there is me see if I can find. Oh yeah, there is. I did put it on the sheet.
Puckett gets to decide how it makes the situation worse.
Yep.
Oh, do I?
Oh yeah, you do. I'm not gonna use my token on this.
Oh. I mean, I know it's obvious, but is it Laureen or Maureen?
Lorraine.
She notices and vows to swap it out with one of the actual haunted dolls.
Oh.
She's going to sneak into your house in the middle of the night and replace it to get even. And apparently she has enough of them that she can like forsake one to like one of her high dollar buyers just to get even.
Oh, yeah. Lorraine, probably, I don't know, if we were high school friends, like, I think she probably knows all the ways into my house too, so she wouldn't have to work very hard.
Well, and not only that, but because of that friendship, this is a betrayal.
Lorraine,
a massive betrayal.
it's just a doll.
How could you?
I thought you wouldn't mind. All right.
You were my friend. You have come into not my house, but my place of business. You have stolen from me.
Oh no.
I shall remember this.
And I still have to do a ritual with her.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you could have just asked. She probably would have said yes, but
she wasn't that close. And like,
you're doing a ritual with her.
Oh, it was too much work to go ask. It's always easier to ask for forgiveness afterwards than it is to ask for permission first.
Unless you're talking about an actual witch with actual haunted dolls who can actually do magic, who you're actually doing a ritual with, who could actually make that ritual backfire and target you.
All the stuff was just fake when we were in high school.
When you were in high school. This is the real world now.
Oh, man. Okay. This will be fun.
This is fine. Probably fine.
Yeah.
Maybe fine. Maybe probably.
And she doesn't let me know that she's doing this to me, does she? Like, she's just going to do it at some point in the future.
Would it be revenge if you knew it was coming?
All right.
No, the time to slip a knife between somebody's ribs isn't when they're looking. You don't tell them you're going to do it.
It is in book 3 of my previous series. It was a really charged scene.
Speaking of, I've been meaning to talk to you about your previous series. Well, more to the point, your next series. I think you should launch a line called Harlequin Bromance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's...
But not for women, for men.
Yeah.
And like for ostensibly straight dudes, but there's always like a frisson of homoeroticism in it.
I'm going to have to put that on my research to-do list after I finish the haunted house stuff.
Well, you're about to do some real, actual research on haunted houses because your house is about to be haunted by a porcelain doll. Just so you know.
Oh, I'm so excited.
That is such a great worst outcome. I'm glad you didn't use the token.
Also, Maria, I have to say, one of my favorite things about playing games with you is when you say, "Oh no, oh no."
Yeah. There are 2 ways, 2 moods. It is the "oh no" or the "oh yeah, that happens."
So what's Mia up to?
She's probably sitting in a corner of the last drop with her laptop out, and open in front of her. An ignored cup of espresso sitting in front of her, growing cold, as she stares daggers through Jason Carter, because how dare he even exist?
And yet you buy espresso from him all the time.
It's the only place to get it. I mean, does a junkie like their dealer?
Probably not. Who's gonna come across Mia? Or who? Well, so is Tamara there?
Well, Tamara wouldn't Tamara be over at the Singing Kettle?
Oh, that's right. Does she? Okay.
I mean, I could be over at the Singing Kettle drinking tea and staring at her longingly, but instead I'm at the last drop, ignoring my espresso and like trying to murder her fiance with a glare.
Yeah. I think he drops the, like, just glances over, sees the expression on your face, and like drops the cup of coffee he's pouring, and it splashes everywhere, and he yells and like jumps back. And did your glare do that? Did you actually manage to hurt him with a look?
If I did, it would be the first time that he noticed, because this dude is utterly clueless. Like, every time I come in, he's like, Mia, how's it going? Usual? Like, super friendly and all. Like, he has no idea how much I hate every atom of his existence. Do you know how hard it is to continue hating somebody who's that cheerful and like that happy to see you all the time?
I'm sure Mia's up to the challenge, right?
Oh, I am up to it. I was made for this, because he doesn't even know what he has in Tamara. He doesn't. I mean, he appreciates her, but he's just such a fumbling goofball that she's much too good for him. I don't know what she sees in him. Why doesn't she notice me? I'm in the corner watching him kiss her. You know, I'm right over here. Why can't he see me?
So Jason has like yelled, jumped back, and is like running into the back room for paper towels, and probably to like wash off the burning coffee soaking through his pants. You might have an opportunity to do something here. I don't know what.
You know what? I'm going to clone his phone so that I can see all the text messages from Tamara coming in.
You know, I think he left his phone on the counter.
Of course he did. He's a doofus. He doesn't think about things like this. Somebody could just steal it. I'm being nice. All I'm doing is cloning it so I can spy on him. I'm going to leave the phone there, but he doesn't know how lucky he is that I am nice. Do I need to roll to clone his phone?
This is a roll, yeah.
Okay. All right. I will roll.
This seems pretty nerdy.
Oh, this is very nerdy. This is like peak nerd. And then what color dice do I want to have? Let's go with red for the color of my hatred for Jason Carter. That is 7 on the dice, so that gives me a 9.
Would you like to spend a token to make that a full success?
What is the difference? There's a back. It backfires if I don't a little bit, right?
It doesn't necessarily backfire. You succeed, but each of us gets to suggest a complication, and you have to choose one and work it into what happens.
Let's do that. I like
Okay.
complications.
Cool.
I mean, never did the course of true love run smooth, right?
Can Tamara walk in as you are cloning this phone? Like, it's not fast, right? Like, this process probably takes some time.
Depending. It's been a while since I looked into anything like that. I mean, it takes a minute or two.
I think, yeah, my complication is going to be that Tamara walks in looking for Jason.
My complication is going to be that, well, it was just going to be that the phone rings and it's Tamara. So, like, either way, Tamara intrudes into this.
Okay. Can I also make a suggestion?
Yeah.
What if Tamara walks in and Jason comes out while I'm doing this?
You make life harder. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it was ringing. I was going to answer because I thought it was Tamara, but then she like walked in. So.
And I mean, she's got to recognize that ringtone, right?
Yeah.
That's her ringtone on Jason's phone.
Yeah. I know that ringtone. I wish it was for me. And it's the reason I know it's her. It's the ringtone he has set for her is because every time I hear it, he just lights up. Like it is the best thing to happen to him that day. I mean, he's kind of like a golden retriever. And whenever that ringtone pops up, he's like, ball? I mean, that's the level of joy that is on his face when that phone rings with that tone. So I was honestly just trying to do him a favor and make sure that he didn't miss the call.
But if Tamara is also walking in, doesn't that mean, is she making the call currently? Or is it someone else who's like spoofed her number?
I think I just say, oh, I'm sorry. It sounded like the ringtone that he has for you. I wanted to make sure that he didn't miss your call because he spilled some coffee on himself and went to clean up. And oh, Jason, I answered the phone. I was going to answer the phone for you because I thought it was Tamara's ringtone, but she's here. So obviously I was wrong. I'm just going to go back in the corner and drink my coffee.
So, I mean, you do succeed here. So you can clone the phone, or you can have already cloned the phone before it rang.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to go back to the corner and kind of slink down in the seat, slide down a little bit, and watch both of them over the edge of the laptop. Just like you could see like the top of my head and my eyes staring lasers through him. And then like just these really, really, really sad hard eyes for Tamara.
Yeah, they're definitely doing like the couple thing. Like they're not, making out because he's at work, but there's definitely like they're
leaning over the counter, giggling, oh, your hair's out of place here. Let me fix that for you. She like licks her thumb or something like that and like spit shine, like spit curl type thing.
Yep. And you're just sitting there torturing yourself watching it.
She'd be so happy with me. I know it.
So sad.
And he asked me to perform the ceremony for them.
He has no idea. He really is that clueless.
I tell you something. No one has ever had a harder time carrying a ring. Not even Frodo. This is torture. I wish Sauron would capture me and send me to Isengard or whatever.
Yeah. I want Onyx to argue about Lord of the Rings, but then that would be too much Maria.
I mean, honestly, Onyx could walk in and see all this, and Bethany's not wrong. This does seem like a scene of Onyx some inspiration, just stumbling across this.
I think Onyx probably is coming from her chat with Sammy at the mall, gonna go scribble down some notes at the coffee shop.
With her stolen doll?
It's in the purse. It's a large purse. It's a large black faux snake skin purse.
So it's a fake skin purse.
Yeah. And she probably just does that thing where she the door slams open with a tinkle of bells, and she swans up to the counter and asks Jason for the strongest espresso. And then she just plops herself next to Mia. I try to remember what our characters know about each other. Wait. Right. I also love Tamra. Well, I had a crush on Tamra.
I mean, you spray painted her name on a bridge.
I did. And that's probably good. Public.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a legend about that in town.
Yeah.
But did you hack the IRS so that her business doesn't actually exist and she'd never has to pay taxes on it?
No, I did not do that. That is not my forte.
Then, may I ask, who actually loves Tamra more?
Is Mia Smith actually saying this?
No.
Is this a thing that we just do every time we meet? Argue about who loves Tamra more?
I'm not even sure that we would necessarily talk about that unless you still have a thing for Tamra. Remember, Mia just does computer stuff.
Right.
That's that's all she says. What do you think? Computer stuff.
Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah, I think Onyx is probably open about her crush about Tara. And I think she just sits down and looks over at the two being coupled and just is it's disgusting, isn't it?
He's so wrong for her. She could do so much better.
And Onyx is chin hands, her chin is in her hands, and she's just yeah, there's no, it's all cutesy. Where's the passion?
I mean, just look at him. I mean, yeah, he's big. Yeah, he's muscular. Yeah, he kind of looks like Superman. But, I mean, have you actually tried to talk to him? Have you actually tried to hold a conversation with him for longer than 5 minutes?
I just talked to him about the espresso. That's about it,
That's about all you can talk to him about. I mean, yeah, he's sweet, and he obviously is completely enthralled with her and enamored of her, and who wouldn't be? I mean, who among us doesn't love her, But I don't know what she sees in him. I don't know what he does for her.
I mean, did you see the size of that ring on her hand?
How did he even afford that? He pulls shots of espresso, and not even for doesn't even do overtime. It's just a standard 8-hour shift. How did he afford that? He doesn't work a night job.
You know a lot about Jason.
No, I don't.
I mean,
you know a lot about Jason.
No. I just see him during the daytime. Like, I have no idea what he does with his nights, probably Tamara, but like, aside from that,
I snort. It's like he does Tamara with his nights.
I mean, you gotta admit, they're as superficial as can be, but they make a good looking couple. Like, there are better looking couples. Like, I can imagine lots of other ones.
If you think such things matter, then I you know what? No, under no circumstances do I gotta hand it to him. Do they make a good looking? Do I have to admit that? No, I don't have to admit that.
I mean,
Onyx, I want to. You and I have known each other for quite a while.
like everyone in this town.
Yeah, and you know that I revel in my petty.
Yeah, that would explain why you are here. Probably.
I'm here to get coffee.
Yeah, I guess this is really the only place in town.
It's literally. I mean, do you honestly want to? Do you want that stuff from the diner to even touch the table, much less your lips?
Yeah, but the diner has good stories, like the waitresses and like.
But the coffee's awful. The food's fine, but the coffee. It's like it tastes like they drop a dead squirrel in the percolator.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to know if they did that or not.
I don't know how it is. I mean, listen, you want a treat. Go to the diner. You ask him for the Mia. Okay? And they will bring you a grilled cheese sandwich with French fries and avocado in it. And this is the part that'll sound a little bit weird, but trust me. Okay? Barbecue sauce. It is majestic. Like, as bad as their coffee is, that sandwich is as good. Like, maybe the coffee has to be that bad to get a sandwich that good. I mean, they use this aged Wisconsin cheddar. I don't know where they get it. I mean, most diners just use American cheese or something awful like that.
I think I just like shakes her head like, it's just, diners are a thing you have to do at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And honestly, after 3 or 4 glasses of wine, 3 a.m. in the morning is not going to happen to me. So
I get the impression that Tamara's not doing the diner at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Unless they're in the diner at 3 in the morning.
I hope they sanitize that place very well.
So, what are you working on here?
Computer stuff. You're not like writing anything? Like love letters to Tamara? Like poetry? Sonnets?
Yeah. Speeches for wedding?
Look, they asked me to officiate. They did not ask me to give a toast.
So they're not all that stupid.
Well, I don't know. Jason asked me. I think Tamara just goes along with it. Onyx, let this be a lesson to you. Do you see what happens? Do you see what happens when you tell someone that you are an ordained minister in the Universal Life Church? Because this is what happens. Somebody asks you to marry somebody that you're in love with. Don't make that mistake, Onyx. Even if you're an ordained minister in the Universal Life Church, do not tell anyone that you are an ordained minister in the Universal Life Church. Make it like Fight Club. You don't talk about it.
Yeah. I think my job as a writer of, best-selling romance novels will keep me out of looking for other things to do.
Although, honestly, between the two of us, you're probably the one who should be an officiant at weddings. I mean, you write about romance. I do computer stuff. I mean, between the two of us, you're the expert.
Yeah. I mean, you did have a point. I would probably write some good vows and stuff for them to say. Listen,
would you do me a solid?
Yeah. I mean, wait, no. Depends.
Okay, I'll take that as a solid maybe.
Yeah, it's a solid maybe.
I'm not a really good writer. Do you think you could maybe either write the vows for them or help me write the vows for them?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. It's just like,
oh, thank God,
a little writing exercise.
Outstanding. Maybe you could just do it as a warm up, like for your writing prep for a day or something like that.
Yeah. Sammy,
before you do the real writing.
Sammy and I are gonna go to that house over by Trevor's gas station, and that's gonna be at night. So I'll have some time before that.
Wait, you're going there?
Yeah.
Why?
Research.
Research.
It's the same time I'm here. Same reason I'm here.
Research into what? Like
They
murder factories or something?
They say write what you know, and so I need to know what being in a haunted house is like. It's the only way I'll be able to make this book really pop.
Okay, this sounds too entertaining to miss. Can I come along and watch?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. Things in books happen with groups of 3 people, so you, me, Sammy.
Onyx, I'm pretty sure that's a different kind of romance novel.
I can write whatever I want, Mia.
You can. That's true.
So I'll come pick you up whenever that time is.
Yeah. I'll be here.
I'll have the vows written for you then.
And I just start staring at Jason again.
I think Onyx just probably takes out a notepad, not her fancy journal that's in her purse also, but a different notepad, and just starts writing in it.
I feel like that's probably seen, don't you?
Take notes on the person not chosen and the always present love triangle in books. Oh yeah, the penguin. I forgot about the penguin. How can I forget about the penguin?
Well, I mean, Onyx is picking me up. Maybe you pull up with the penguin at the haunted house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because who wouldn't bring a penguin to a haunted house? I mean, that's just what you do with the penguin when you have a haunted house, or haunted houses when you have penguins.
It's night, so it's kind of cool, which it hasn't been in a long time, and the penguin hasn't been out of the house much. So, also we're near a lake, and maybe you can go swimming because he's a penguin. He likes that.
Maybe.
So yeah, absolutely. The penguin is just perched in the sidecar, which was made for a dog. So, depending on the size of the dog it was made for. I think the penguin is pretty small in comparison to the dog. And
what sound does a penguin make?
I don't know.
Because I think it would be funny if the penguin just like you rolled up and the penguin's making penguin noises really loudly.
Yeah.
Like it's happy to be in the motorcycle sidecar and like just kind of like being like a penguin, like, yay, this is awesome.
Yeah, whatever a happy penguin sounds like, it totally sounds like that. It's it's windy. It's seeing other things outside of the outside of my house, and when we go past the lake, it gets super excited, and yeah, I pull up, and there is a penguin squawking cheerfully, and I assume that the two of you are there already.
Yeah.
The penguin.
What's the penguin's name?
Yeah, what is the penguin's name?
Good question. The penguin needs a name. Yeah. One sec. The penguin's name is Charlie. So I'm kind of like, okay, Charlie, you go swim in the lake.
Charlie's not going in with us?
I mean, I could bring him, but
I brought a tin of sardines.
oh well. Yeah, I'm sure he'll follow you if you have that.
Like, I know you watch his sodium intake, so I even got the unsalted ones.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you open the sardines, he's not going to go to the lake. He's just going to be following you, attached to you.
Sammy, did you make like ghost hunting stuff?
Yeah. And I have a just like a small backpack and sling it. I got some, and it's just a box that lights up and makes kind of a whining electronic noise. And like, okay, so I looked up the specs on this. I honestly am not sure what it's supposed to do. Like from the description, I guess the noise is supposed to get louder. It didn't actually say what it does when we see a ghost, but hopefully we'll know.
Yeah. I mean, you sure this place is haunted? Or like creepy at least?
It's creepy. It's definitely, look at it. It's creepy.
I mean, no lie detected. Look at that door hanging off its hinges. I mean, what door does that if it's not creepy?
It's y'all. Yeah, that's right.
I've never seen a door in this thing open before. We don't even have to climb up the tree. We can just go through the door.
Cool.
Wait, should we? I mean, if the door, don't haunted houses like do that if they're inviting people in to like kill them or something?
Yeah, but we're going in willingly and in the spirit of not making it stop being haunted.
Someone probably just broke it open at some point. So when I saw them all closed, that was years ago. Somebody's probably got bored and found their way in. Probably just some kids.
Teenagers looking for a place to drink, like
one's better picking locks than I was.
Yeah.
Onyx is gonna like reach into her purse and pull out a wine bottle and like 3 plastic wine glasses and be like, it came prepared. It's like a while until midnight.
I mean, this is traditional haunted house. Breaking into a haunted house at night. Beverage.
Yeah. Should we toast?
Absolutely.
Sure. And when we're done with that, I reach in my back pocket, pull out a silver flask. We don't have to stop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Onyx like pours a little bit of wine. It's like the cheapest red wine she could find into like these plastic glasses and hands them to everyone.
And I'm like, to reliving our childhood. So looking at this, like, the cheap sweet red wine and the haunted house.
And in the spirit of romance, to making discoveries and exploration.
Yeah, we should do this stuff more often. Why do people stop doing this stuff when they're adults?
Because they're sober.
Well, we're sober right now. That's about to change, but I was sober when I got here.
It's because they don't have like that spark of creativity that lies within all of us.
Yeah, and well, I guess plus they have kids and they don't want to be bad examples. But hey, I don't have kids, so neither do you, right?
You've got Charlie.
True, but I don't think Charlie's gonna pick up bad habits from me drinking wine in a haunted house.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she can like really be a bad influence on Charlie. It's not like Charlie's going to like start stealing or pickpocketing or stealing stuff or breaking and entering.
Maybe for sardines.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not going to set him on like some life of crime where he winds up in state prison or something like that after he killed somebody and he's getting like teardrop tattoos on his cheek.
Mia, you could also be a writer.
No, I really couldn't. I have a low opinion of people is all. That's all.
Cartoonist, maybe. Political cartoonist. There's nobody with a lower opinion of people.
Listen, if you've ever seen my art, you know why I don't draw. I mean, my stick figures look like they've been in horrible accidents.
If you don't draw, how could I have seen your art?
This is why I don't draw.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Maybe tonight will be an inspiration. I don't know. I've read some stuff. Like things happen to people, they leave a different person.
Did you want to be a different person? You know what? Yeah. I'm kind of tired of being me. I could be a different person.
This could be a big night for all of us.
Onyx. We could drag Jason here. And if he left a different person, maybe Tamara wouldn't like him anymore.
Okay, but first I need to get a feel for this house without Jason in it, because I think he might like take down some of that nice romantic haunted house feel.
Romantic haunted houses? What? Is somebody going to fall in love with a ghost?
And
Maybe. I mean, have you read her books?
I think I look over and Onyx is suddenly scribbling notes in a journal.
Onyx has already written this book under a pen name.
Fine. Let's get on with this.
Sammy, you've got the ghost stuff you want to...
Yep. All right.
And you look stronger than all of us, so...
I mean, I don't know
think you can handle it.
care, but, and the house like creaks as, there's a tiny breeze. I walk in. I'm going to roll something here, I think, but I'm not sure what success looks like. What am I actually trying to do? I'm trying to be a different person. I'm trying to have an experience. trying to get something out of this night other than just a hangover. I don't know that I've thought through exactly what I want that to be. Like, if I planned it, it wouldn't be. So, I'm okay. In that case, I'm not sure what a failure looks like, but we'll find out.
Well, if you're trying to be a different person and that's success, then failure would just remaining yourself, right?
I roll snake eyes. So
good. I'm glad that the dice still hate us.
Yeah. Tradition. Roll for your party.
Well, good thing I didn't reach out to somebody, right?
Right. No reaching out yet. So what? How does this get worse?
Okay.
For you, since you owe Trevor a debt, could he be in this house?
Could be. No, it's not my call.
All right. Since we're getting a little goofy here, I want to pose two options to you. Turns out ghosts are real. You found one, and it's malevolent and latches onto you. Or you found one, it's friendly, it latches onto you, but it is bumbling and can't do anything right and tries to do nice things for you and screws up everything.
Wow. Okay, which direction? Because that's so
it's either a malevolent one that really messes with you or a friendly one that just really screws everything up.
Mm-hmm. I think I want to go with malevolent. I don't know what its problem with me is, but
Its problem with you? You were here. You disturbed it. You brought that device in and it made noise at a frequency that hurt the ghost's ears. And now it intends to repay the favor 1,000-fold.
great. What do I know about this? Do I know about this? Or does it secretly follow me out?
I think we start hearing things rattling in the house and things that shouldn't move, like these old glass cups that were left on a table. They're covered with cobwebs and dust, and you can see that they haven't even been touched in like 3 or 4 years. Well, it's not just that they start levitating and moving around. It's that they start flinging themselves at you.
This is not a subtle ghost.
Like a baseball fastball speed fling. So you get these glasses coming at you at like 80 miles an hour. But that's okay because you're partly a jock, right?
Yeah. I think I get to try out that jock score here to duck quickly. Let's see. Okay, that's 7. My jock score is 2, and so mixed success. What is the complication?
I think one of the glasses hits Onyx, who was standing behind you when you ducked.
My complication is that Laureen can sense this.
Lauren can sense.
Maybe Laureen senses that there is a psychic confrontation occurring.
Anomalous spiritual activity.
Yeah, and will shortly, or like arrives very soon.
I want to say maybe it's both. Like Onyx gets beamed in the head with this glass, like falls, and as you know, we're like dragging her out and kind of checking on her, like, okay, are you can you how many fingers am I holding up? That's when Laureen's car pulls up into the rutted, overgrown driveway.
And let me know if this is a little too much. What if the glass hit Onyx enough just to open up like a little thing on her cheek that it's going to take a stitch or two, but it'll leave a cute little crescent moon scar?
I love it. It's so good.
Yes.
It's like
your next author photo, you're going to like emphasize that. Right?
Yeah. And I think there's like it looks like it's a head wound. So like there's like a little bit of like that blood dripping down the face. So it looks worse than it actually is.
Yep. And Laureen comes up and there you are bleeding. There's broken glass. There's a door swinging open on its hinges in front of this long abandoned house.
And Mia Swipping is like just swigging whiskey from a flask.
Yeah.
And I just like kind of dazed. I'm like, Sammy, did Sammy make it out? What was that?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. We're good. We made it out. Laureen's here. Is that a like actual professional ghost? She's got like a bigger, shinier ghost box.
I don't know.
Blinking a lot. Like, is that what they're supposed to do?
Is art as yours like not doing that at all?
Nah, just make an annoying noise.
Oh.
I kind of gesture in Laureen's direction with the flask. You want some?
Does anyone want to play Laureen? Maria, you kind of invented her, but
yeah, I guess it could be Laureen. Is that how it normally goes if you invent them?
Not necessarily, but
okay.
I mean, considering that you stole from Laureen and she's mad at you, it might make sense to have somebody else play.
It's true. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're interacting with yourself.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah. I would.
Well, I mean, different people can play Laureen in different.
Sure. Do you want to do it in the scene, Bethany, or?
Sure. Yeah. So she comes up with this, glowing, blinking box. Looks at the flask. Looks at the broken bottle of wine.
And the plastic wine glasses. Don't forget those.
Yeah, the plastic wine glasses. Just kind of like, oh, no, I've got real work to do. And she stalks into the haunted house but as she goes, the lights on the box actually like get dimmer and start blinking less and less as she actually goes into the house. Because, the ghost is now haunting me, apparently.
The ghost needs a name.
The ghost does need a name.
Something appropriately malevolent and malicious and evil sounding.
Oh my gosh, this sounds like so much fun.
If it doesn't give us a name, I'm sure Onyx has a name for it. What's the ghost called in your book?
I'm like trying to find the most like Dorian, but worse than Dorian.
Darian?
No. Necromancer names. Nah, none of these are good.
I was thinking something really like D&D, like
Yeah.
Sarvath or something like that.
I mean, he was probably Dorian when he was alive, but like ghosts can pick their own names if they want.
You could start looking at black metal band names. I mean, that'll give you like half a dozen names and nothing flat.
There's ghost spirit names. What will this give me? Oh. There are too many names. Its name is Angelo? No. That's probably what I named the ghost in my story. Oh.
And is this the ghost's real name, or is this the ghost's adopted ghost name to sound like really evil?
Oh no! What if it's like Arath?
Arath. That's a good ghost name.
That is a very good ghost name.
I will type it in chat so it's
okay. Oh yeah, that is a ghost name. Arath the ghost.
I don't know how we get this name. Like, how do we find out that it's named Arath?
Oh, may I?
Yes.
Well, we've already established that you're bleeding a bit because and we see the letters being drawn in blood on the porch steps.
That's really cool.
Like what the hell? Arath. I don't know what even language that is. Maybe it's. Hey, I don't know what you're trying to say.
And Onyx is like
English?
Sitting up, like looking at it. Like, no, Sammy. I think it's its name. I think it's claiming this house is its.
Oh well, okay. I mean, hey, RF, you can have you can have the house. We weren't trying to take it away from you.
Oh, great, Arath. We meant no harm. We just wanted to feel you.
I take a slug of whiskey and say, well, pretty sure that translates to time for me to go home.
Wait, but Mia,
and then I stay and watch. I just stand there. I don't move to leave.
And Lorraine, you can like hear footsteps and like occasionally things banging around in there, but no screams and no crashing glass.
Anything like, God damn it, where is it? Periodic muttering.
Yeah, that and like doors opening and closing, but yeah, nothing like what we just saw.
Now I have to ask, is Lorene a serious and respectful ghost hunter, or is she like the douche bros on that one ghost show that walk in and it's like, hey, ghost, come on out wherever you are. You got to stop bothering people, my dude. You kind of suck, bro. I wish I were kidding. I forget which ghost show it was, but they were just like really obnoxious about it and like trying to antagonize the ghosts.
I feel like Lorraine is like more serious than that.
Yeah.
Like, she's a fortune teller and does real magic. Or says she does.
Seriously. I think she believes that she does real magic, at least. And like there are real ghosts apparently. So I think, yeah, she does take it seriously. Like, I don't know that she is actually a ghost expert or knows the polite way to approach a ghost, but she tries. Probably a lot better than we did. So I think it doesn't take her too long to figure out that the ghost is gone and come back out.
I think Onyx is just like staring at Sammy and is like, did you see it before it started throwing things?
All I saw was glass coming at my face, and I ducked, and I'm sorry, I did not know you were behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'd protect me, but whatever, I guess.
Did Lorraine turn off the ghost detector before she came out?
Yeah, I think she turns it off as she goes out the door, like, okay, what? Missed it.
So she completely misses that it probably would have spiked again as she was going. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did
No
it
idea.
feel? Did you feel the cold? Like, did anything flicker?
Lauren, did you see? Oh, you just stepped on it. You smudged it, but look at the step.
Well, this is interesting. Arath. Oh dear. Oh no.
Lorraine, what are you?
What?
No. Listen, I have to get back to my shop. I have to look into some things. Just when you get home, make sure all the lights are on. Don't turn any of them off. Stay away from any shadows. Don't go into any unlit spaces. Okay, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, just stay in the light.
Oh,
It's
okay.
nighttime, Lorraine.
I know. Do the best you can.
There's no street lights between here.
Good luck. And she
Lorraine.
runs off.
Okay, yeah, now I'm gonna be creeped out going home. Like at the motorcycle, or look at Charlie, who is probably still like
Do you
kind of
wanna-
attached to Mia, who had the sardines.
There's some sardine juice got on my pants, so yeah. Charlie's probably still glued to me.
Do you want us to come with you? Like, we can all just stay at like my place or your place. Or
I mean, I don't know. She's
We
creeping
need
me
to
out
get
now.
you stitched up.
Yeah, that's. I don't. It's still bleeding. It's slowed down, but it's still. We should.
Hey,
Check the
urgent
ER.
care is well lighted. Yeah, the ER is well
You're right.
lighted.
You're right. The whole parking lot's lit up all the time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's go there.
yeah, that's a good plan. And we definitely should not split up. I've read these books, so none of that.
Okay. Yeah. This is
God,
going to
you
be
sound like my old
weird, but
D&D
you know more about the situation than we do.
Yeah, I mean, but you do sound like my old high school D&D GM. He was always yelling, "Don't split the party! Don't split the party!"
It's,
Good advice.
yeah, you learn some things when you're doing research for these books.
All right. Urgent care. I hope they're okay with penguins.
Oh, if it comes down to it, I'll just hang out outside with Charlie. It'll be fine.
That's true. And I did say, yeah, there's lights in the parking lot, so it should be fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's go get you stitched up. And I don't think Lauren, I think she's overacting, but
Yeah, I mean, she was like super into, like, I mean, we kind of did some stuff when we were in high school, you know, those pentacles, like summoning circles, but like that stuff was all totally not real. So, but now I don't know.
Onyx, give me your keys. You had a head injury. You shouldn't be driving.
yeah, she's probably right.
Chugging whiskey.
Look, between the two of us, I'm in better shape to drive.
Maybe Sammy should drive.
Yeah, I'll drive.
We can just like stick
Okay.
your bike and
Yeah, I'll come back and get it.
okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna steal it. I mean, everybody knows it's mine.
Yeah.
So get in the car and keep the brights on all the way there, even though we're passing other cars. And is there a roll somewhere in here, or
I feel like maybe
I think there should be.
like to see if anything.
anything weird happens?
I feel like our ass would be trying to do something with the car, like it's like I was figuring, like if you tried to ride your motorcycle, it wouldn't start or something like that. So is the car like mysteriously dying on the way there, and we're having to restart it or push it, or like?
Okay, yeah, let's just say the car does mysteriously die, and the roll is to get it started.
And like the lights are flickering.
Like the streetlights are going out. The streetlights overhead are going out as we're trying to get it started again.
All right. I think this is goth.
So
this is totally
7.
goth.
What's my goth score? Oh, my goth score is 1, so that's 8.
Cool.
So, what happens?
I think the radio flips through like all the channels, and it says, I think it's like flipping through all the channels and like all the news things, and like every snippet is going to say something, and it's like a voice that says, "I want you," and it's just like repeating that.
How these fucking commercials are getting worse all the time. What's this even an ad for?
I think Onyx is just like hitting the dashboard, like, this radio isn't even supposed to work in this car.
I guess it started. I don't know. Maybe I just have the magic touch. Make your radio work again.
And I think about this point, the wind picks up. And by picks up, I mean, it was pretty still. And now we've got like 40, 45 mile an hour gusts going through the trees. And the way that it's going through the trees sounds like the wailing of 1,000 souls in torment screaming, "I want you," as if they're howling it from the abyss.
Right. The wind picks up.
It gusts out of nowhere happen. I mean, it's a sweater.
Yeah. Like, okay. You know, this is creepy as hell. Let's just get there, and I like just floor it and leave the brights on, and I get there really freaked out. Like, no, it's just wind. It's just wind. It's just the radio. Just hearing things. You know, you hear words once sounding weird and spooky, then everything's gonna sound like that, right? You're gonna hear those words everywhere.
I take a slug of whiskey out of the flask and say, "Sure, that sounds like exactly the sort of thing I would tell myself to stop feeling shit scared."
Yeah. Is it working for you? Because it's not working for me.
No. It sounds like you're lying to yourself, and you know it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like pull up close to the building under a light. Okay. Let's go in and get you stitched up. Maybe they won't notice Charlie.
Charlie's well behaved. I mean, he's a pretty quiet penguin.
Yeah.
We'll just tell him that I got it. If they say anything, we just get offended and say, "That is her son. How dare you?" He looks a little different, but most people have the manners not to say anything.
I can like smell the whiskey off your breath. I don't think they'll believe you.
I'm very convincing.
And Onyx is just like has her head to like an angle. Like she probably also looks sort of drunk except for the like.
All right, look,
bleeding head.
you know, it's an emergency. They're not going to be too. Yeah, let's get you in there. And you know, if we can't be in there, we can just sit out here under this light.
Yeah.
At this point, you hear my phone chime, but it's with the ringtone that you know is for Tamara on Jason's phone.
Is that Tamara calling you, Mia?
It's nothing.
Do you need to answer that? Like, is it about the wedding?
We got to get you stitched up. That's more important right now.
I mean, I'm getting stitched up. You can just talk on the phone to Tamara.
You're my friend. I'm here for you.
Are you just avoiding Tamara?
Well, I mean, if I was, you and I both know why. So, I mean, that's totally understandable, right?
But like, maybe this is your chance. Like, maybe she's having second thoughts. I mean, ghosts exist, apparently. So, like,
Are you saying
anything can
because
happen.
ghosts exist? Jesus, Onyx, that's a hell of a thing to say to somebody. Ghosts exist. Maybe you have a chance with the woman you love. Who says something like that? Jesus.
I'm not wrong, am I, Mia?
You're saying that that my chance with her is so remote that it only exists in a world where ghosts do.
Yeah, but like ghosts existing is 100% real now. So
you're saying I have a chance? Jesus. That is like the most backhanded thing I have ever heard you say to me. Why don't you just slap the other cheek while you're at it?
I would, but I'm like bleeding from the head. So it's a little bit of
You're
a
bleeding
jostle.
from your head, not from your hands, Onyx.
I mean, to use the force I'd have to use, Mia, I would have to like jostle my whole body.
I hate you so much right now.
You'll love me after you answer this.
No, I won't.
Look, weirder stuff has happened in my books. Ghosts exist. Maybe Tamara's changed her mind.
She hasn't. Promise not to be like mad.
Yeah?
I kind of maybe cloned Jason's phone while he was in the bathroom cleaning himself up after spilling coffee all over himself.
Oh my God, you geek.
So she's not actually calling me, she's calling him.
I mean, you knew you had a thing for Tamara. It's kind of cool, actually.
I just wanted to see the text messages, like if they were fighting or something like that, or if they were disagreeing or anything. And the text messages are even worse and more cutesy than the way that they are at the coffee shop. I mean, it's like he sends her puppy emojis all goddamn day.
Yeah, I think
awful.
You've punished yourself enough for whatever this is. So
you know what?
I really can't say anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'll be right back. And you can like see me like walk out to the sliding doors to the emergency room and like take the phone out of my pocket and I just throw it into the night somewhere.
And
I'm done with this.
I just like looking at Sammy and like back at you.
Let's get you stitched up. That's... Huh.
You think you'll be all right after that?
I have no idea.
You hear a stream of very loud cursing from the general direction of the exit to the emergency room. And then running feet as I go tearing off into the night trying to find where I just threw the phone.
Yeah.
Is it bright the entire way?
No, it's pitch black out there. But I mean, what do I care? The ghost isn't following me.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
I don't know that.
So I'm like, okay, you go in there and get your head. And I like she's running into the dark. I run after her.
And I'm just like, Onyx is like lying there, like sitting in the emergency room, be like, what did I say about You guys! As like a nurse comes over.
Yep.
And says something like, "Ooh, how did this happen?"
Wine bottle fight,
Someone hit you with a wine bottle? We need to call the police.
No.
That's assault.
It's fine. Just stitch me up or whatever. And Onyx is like frantically like digging through her bag for like her phone, and she's like going to try and call Sammy and be like, I gotta get to my friends.
You need to stay right where you are. We might need to do an X-ray on you.
Is that like a roll? Can I
yeah, I guess you could.
or I don't know, do I just push the nurse out of the way?
Yeah, I don't know.
That feels like a roll. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
going to try to push the nurse, that definitely feels like a roll.
Oh, is that like a jock?
I think
Seems
that's
like
a jock. Yeah.
Yep. Totally a jock. Not. That's a 5 minus 2 is a 3.
I think at this point, because you tried to make physical contact with the nurse, she
Yeah.
yells for the doctor, and they strap you down to the bed because clearly you're concussed and you need to be restrained for your own good.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds about right.
Do you want to leave it there? This cliffhanger
Sure.
just feels like the end of a TV episode.
Two people sprinting into the darkness, one person restrained in a hospital bed, knowing that there's a malevolent ghost following her friends. That feels like a good end.
Yep. Yeah. I'd watch that show.
If my state is going to be on lockdown, this is how I want to spend the lockdown period. Like, just making things work for fictional people.